Hey everybody, this is Scott Hudspeth with Agent Mastermind. So excited to have you guys here today. Honored to be a part of your lives. We have a great class. We had to pull an audible. I had to call my dear friend Chris Johnstone all the way from Canada to be on this call with us. He is a Facebook, Google guru. I'm sure he does other things extremely well, but I know him for his Facebook and Google. He's been on here a couple times with us now, probably 3 or 4 times with us. Sharing us how Google works and the mindset behind what they're doing and what they keep changing and how it's hurting the industry and how to correct for it and all these different things. Well, last week, Facebook come out with a class or with a new feature for real estate agents, and it has something to do, and I don't even know what it is, but it has some way, shape, or form to feature your listings through Facebook ads. And I think Chris has it figured out. He's going to go into what it all means, what it's about, and how it can help you to get more eyeballs on your listings, which would in turn generate more buyers, if I'm not mistaken. So Chris, thank you so much for joining us, moving your schedule around. I'm so sorry that we had to pull an audible, but man, you're the best guy for the job, and that's why I got you here, man. So I appreciate you being here with us.
Hey, Scotty, it's my pleasure, man. How you doing? Good to see you.
Good, man, good. Is that where all the magic happens right there, man? You got a nice brick wall, and is this where this is the mojo?
This is where, this is where the magic happens. So we got the whiteboard kicked in.
All right. I love it.
If people want to see the albums, I'm sure nobody cares, but we've got it all set up.
Wow.
So it's just like a big hangout, lofty type space. Well,
I love it.
That's where I work.
You got to be in the zone, man. You got to feel comfortable where you're at, and you got to be a place where you can get, be comfortable. So I appreciate you being here, man. Hey, I'm going to turn off my webcam just to give more room and let you do what you need to do, and or we can stay here. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, no, I'm going to shut mine off just so that we get good audio and make sure that everybody can concentrate on the slide presentations.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. All right, brother.
And if you have any questions through the whole thing, I don't see the questions on my side, but while I'm going through the content, ask any questions that you have on the GoToMeeting or the GoToWebinar control panel. And we'll go through this, because what we're talking about today are called dynamic listing ads, and they are part of a paid marketing system. So if you're growing your real estate business using Facebook ads, this is a must-have. And I'll give you kind of a 30,000-foot overview of what it is. If you've ever been on Amazon and you've looked at a product on Amazon and you then go to Facebook and that exact product that you were looking at shows up in your newsfeed or on the right-hand side. Has anybody ever, obviously, if you've been on Amazon, you've had that happen, right?
Is there anybody that hasn't been on Amazon? Right? That's the question. So, if you're not on Amazon, you live under a rock if you haven't bought anything from Amazon. So that place is just amazing.
So, Scott, what they've done is they've taken that sales cycle, watched it perfected in the e-commerce world, and now Facebook has taken that exact same workflow process and applied it to real estate. Okay? So what happens is somebody comes to your website, right? They're driven there through an advertisement, they're driven there by the property, whatever it is that gets them to your website, and they look at a specific listing. What you do is you install the Facebook pixel on your website so that Facebook can tell what pages they look at on your site. And they're now smart enough to look at your listings feed that goes on your website and look at the styles and types of property that people are looking at on your site. Then Facebook will take your entire catalog of listings that you have through your feed on your website and automatically reserve the properties from your inventory that you're showing back onto people's news feeds without you having to write the ads.
Now, wait a minute. So that sounds pretty freaky. So pretty much I don't have to do anything. They're just going to put it there automatically. I mean, I got to pay something for this, right? I mean, I'm sure you're going to get into this, but I want to make sense of this. So I have my listing. Do I have to put my listing on Facebook? Or is it just where it's at, is on Realtor.com or Zillow or Trulia or whatever? How does that all work?
So it is the listing feed that's on your website. So you've got a data feed that essentially shows all the listings from your board or wherever it is. The feed isn't necessarily the most important part. It's the listings that are on that feed. So most people have access to all of the listings, and you can drive traffic to your website. What it is it's retargeting based on what that person's looked at. So if you've driven them to your website and they've looked at condos, Facebook is smart enough to retarget all of the new condo listings in that person's newsfeed.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So the question on everyone's mind, I think, there's no questions, but how can I use what they're doing now to benefit me in my real estate business as a real estate agent?
Well, I think the main benefit to this, and what we've been seeing just in the very short time that we've had access to it, is this is going to take all of the leads that you're generating, or any traffic that you're generating at all, and make it more profitable. So what this is going to do is keep your brand in front of somebody after they've looked at a property on your website, or after they've visited your website. Or you can show this to new traffic. You can just say, hey, Facebook, I want to show my listings to people who are interested in buying real estate in this marketplace. So once that person engages with your brand, this is like the highest quality retargeting advertising that you can do online, because it's giving them the actual information that they want, which is active listings, and it keeps driving them back to your site, driving them back to your brand, keeping you in front of them with new dynamic information that's actually useful to that person that's looking to buy the home. So rather than having a lead that comes into your funnel and you can't get a hold of them and they just fall off the back end, this keeps you in front of that lead. And when the time is right for them to purchase and they see the right listing, you're the one that gets the phone call. If that
Got it.
makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, and so it's still a little confusing. So I'm sure you're going to explain it as we go through how they draw, here's where my listing is, here's where it's going to go, that type of thing. Can you kind of walk us through, walk through whatever you're going to share with us of how they can benefit from this, or what they need to do, or maybe the steps they need to take to make this benefit them as a real estate agent for the leads?
Yeah, what I've done is I've actually mapped out the entire process on how to set them up, and I'm going to walk everybody through it. So how to run your own dynamic listing ads on your site, you'll have that information by the end of today's class. It's more of a workshop than it is anything else. I just figured a high-level conversation at the very beginning about what it is.
Yeah, no, awesome.
Before we get into that, Scott, what I would like to mention is that this is all part of a larger system. So don't consider this to be a standalone product. This complements your existing marketing that you're doing on Google or Facebook or any online advertising that you're running where you're driving traffic to your site. This becomes part of that funnel and allows you to do a better job of converting more of the existing traffic that you're already driving into new leads and into new customers. This style of advertisement is going to help you turn more leads into customers. That's what this is specifically designed for. But in your business, it is a paid marketing system, and that's why I started the first slide off with that. This is all about driving traffic through a system. What Facebook is giving us with these dynamic listing ads is just another avenue of traffic so that you can collect a lead and put them through a proper funnel on the back end. So what I've got up here is a paid marketing system. And from an architecture standpoint, I want you to have the knowledge and the power of what this should look like from 30,000 feet, so that when you're going through the actual training today on how to set one of these up, you know where it fits within your marketing plan. You know where this should be working in your business so that you're not wasting time and budget on something that isn't fully dialed in. So this is obviously a whiteboard session that we've done in a training that we call Abundance, and it's how to run Facebook ads, drive people to a landing page, or use lead forms in order to get somebody into a funnel, and then actually optimize a funnel and automate it so that on the back end you get customers that are indoctrinated is the wrong word, but people that want to do business with you because you've done a really good job of setting up an automatic follow-up system on the back end so that they feel like they know you, they like you, they trust you, you've been in touch with them over that 90-day life cycle to the point where they want to purchase a home, then they choose you because of the follow-up. What most people are doing in the industry is they get a lead, they call the lead maybe 2 or 3 times, they get too busy, the lead goes wherever in like a desk drawer or something and never gets continued follow-up. What we want is every single lead that you drive through one of these new advertising solutions that Facebook has, you're putting them all into a funnel. You're putting them into a system so that you're getting the highest return on investment out the back end. So the way that it works, we're going left to right over this, beautiful drawing that I've put together.
It is beautiful, man. And I want to, hey, Chris, really quick, I want to clarify. So Chris is one of our coaches inside Agent Mastermind, and he has actually worked with and is working with different real estate agents. So if this is not you and you're not techie, Chris has an offering at the end to help you with this. So don't get frustrated. Just kind of try to understand why this is so valuable and so important. So Chris does have an offer at the end to help you with this on a very high level so that you don't have to worry about. Now, I call Chris for all my help with it when it comes to Google and Facebook. I don't even try to attempt this on my own because I get frustrated. He spends his life learning and staying up with Google and Facebook. I don't have the time for that. Chris does. That's why Chris is such a critical part of our team. He coaches so many of our members on our mortgage side of things and our real estate side of things. So he's been a very key part of my success throughout the last 4 years or longer than that, 10 years since I've known him. So I just wanted to put that out there up front.
Wow, man, thank you, Scott. That's tremendous. And don't think that this is like a veiled presentation where you have to get something in order to get the result. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do here for free because that's how we roll. We want you to get results. Yep. Call. So very quickly, I'm going to run through this, and then we'll get into the into how to set these up and drive this new traffic. So on the left-hand side, obviously, you have a Facebook ad, right? And that's what we're talking about specifically here, setting up a dynamic listing ad and showing you how that works. But this isn't just about getting your properties in front of people automatically on Facebook. It's about driving them through a funnel. So every dynamic listing ad that you have that I'm about to show you how to set up should have a call to action. And that call to action should be to sign up for more listings or specialized help and getting custom listings and good deals sent to their inbox. You need to get the next step in the relationship because if they just look at your website and you have no way to communicate with them further, it's a lot harder to convert that lead. So you want them to give you their name, their email address, their phone number, so that you can start to build that relationship with them. So they click on the Facebook ad and they go to the first website, right? It has a big benefit-laden headline and a pitch and basically a place where they can opt in. Then after they opt in, you put them on a call to action page. And that call to action page is there to introduce yourself and to give them the opportunity to book an appointment with you automatically. So you get somebody that sees a Facebook ad for a listing, they like the listing, they go to the opt-in, they give you the information in order to get more information on listings, and then you offer them an appointment with a little bit of a brand build. Now, most people aren't going to take the offer to book an appointment with you, right? That's a high threshold offer. So you need to have a contingency in place for the people that don't fill out that offer. It's not that they're not interested in the offer, it's that it's too soon for the majority of the people to take advantage of it. So you can see we move them into an email marketing sequence, right? That's what the big green letter stands for. And then there are 4 very strategic emails that you need to send people after they opt in. And it doesn't really matter specifically what they opt in for. It's that you're giving that consistency of follow-up so that they feel that you're professional, right? So, and again, I don't want to get too much into like laying out this whole system for you, but I want to show you the process that you take these people through. So you build the relationship with those first 4 emails, and then you put them into a sales system. And the sales system is designed to then give information to those people over time in order to convert them. And you can see I've got that little arrow down at the bottom that comes from the Facebook logo, the second one at the bottom, that's a retargeting pixel. So the people that are inside your email list, every time they log on to Facebook, they're seeing your ads for your listings because you're retargeting all the people that are in that list, right? And it's just a full cycle, right? This is how it works with a buyer funnel. So we run ads targeting people on Facebook specifically interested in buying a home. We take them to either a lead ad on Facebook to get them to opt in, or we drop them on a lead generation page where they can opt in to get information about houses that are for sale in the marketplace. We drive them to an opportunity to get pre-qualified for the mortgage or book an appointment on the thank you page, and then we put them into what's called the asset, and that is the email marketing follow-up system that also sends text messages at the back end. But again, this is not rocket science. It's a Facebook ad to a landing page into an email CRM, right? You've seen this before. It works. That's why.
Well, I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, as far as the not rocket science, it is rocket science for those that can put this stuff together. Because I think the challenge comes where, Chris, we're salespeople. You know what I mean? Like everybody on this call is in sales. We're not like I am terrible at putting together content. But man, if somebody can put it together for me, I'll spit it out like nobody's business. I'll go sell whatever you put in front of me, right? So that's where it's funny how you say this is no big deal, but to us, a sales staff, it's incredible. You know what I mean? Because I would never spend the time to learn how to do this stuff because it's just too complicated, and I wouldn't know what to write, how to write it, the emails to follow up, where does it go, so that's where this is so cool that you guys can go learn this stuff, but I'm telling you, you could benefit from having somebody do it for you to generate leads, and then more importantly, when the lead comes in, have it automatically followed up with, so you're not playing that, okay, what do I say now? And then they just get lost, as you said, into a drawer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And sorry, I did misspeak there, Scott. I didn't mean it's like the setting up of the technical stuff. Obviously, is a little bit difficult. But once it all set up and the phone rings, the process of putting the people through the system once you have it built is actually, that's the easy part.
And and you didn't misspeak. It's just like it's so good, and that's just how you work. That's how you're brilliant when it comes to this, and so that's. I'm just honored to have you on my team, is what I was saying.
Cool. So, thank you, Scott. And here, again, you can see on the slides here, it works for buyers, it works for sellers. We run them in the mortgage industry. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, the process is the same. What matters is actually setting these up. So now that you've got the overall picture of what a paid marketing system needs to look like and what you need to drive people through as far as a funnel, let's talk about these new ads that Facebook has, because these are a tremendous opportunity for you to drive an exceptionally high quality lead through your funnel, right? Yep. So this is basically an advertising workshop. Facebook came out and said that they have created these dynamic ads. And what it does is it takes your inventory. So on your website, if you've got a feed where people can come on your website and look at the listings that are on your website, Facebook will take the data that's being transferred to that page and turn all of those listings into advertisements for you, where you write one generalized advertisement and Facebook will filter the listings through your advertising account so that people actually see live listings of live homes that match the type of home that they're looking for. Very, very focused. And there are essentially 4 things that you need to have set up in your business in order to make these work. So this page here is a screenshot direct from Facebook Business, telling you exactly what you need to run these dynamic advertisements. So I've got the link there, and again, Scott, I'm happy to share this slide deck with anybody that would like it. So I'll give it to you guys so that you have the ability to share this. That's why I put the links in there. But you need a Facebook pixel, you need a business manager account, and then you need to set up a product catalog, essentially. So if you don't already have a Facebook Business Manager account, this is just a place that allows you to work specifically on your business on Facebook, not your personal profile. So Business Manager gives you administrator access to your Facebook business page and your advertising account, so you can go in and just work on your business page and your ads without being distracted by all of the other things that come along with Facebook. It's kind of when you decide that you want to take your business to the next level using Facebook, this is the tool that you sign up for, because it gives you access to some additional tools, better insights, some other stuff. It's just a greater way to stay organized. So just go type in business.facebook.com. It will take you to this page. You click on the big blue create an account button, or if you already have one, go up into the top right hand corner. and log in. When you log into that tool, and again, it's free of charge and very easy to set up. So once you have that account and you log in, it looks just like the ads manager that you're used to working in, but it's got some extra features. So up in the top left-hand corner, you click the 3 lines, and what you're going to do is set up a pixel. So again, I'm not going to walk you through every single step in setting up the pixel. I've put it into the slide presentation so that you can get the slides and kind of walk along with it. But I would like to explain to you at a higher level what a pixel is and what it does, because I find that it's actually, like you said, Scotty, it's one of the more technical things that people may not understand. And all a pixel is a little piece of code that transfers information from your website to Facebook's brain, let's call it. It's essentially an information feed, right? So what it allows Facebook to do is look at the people that are making it to your website and see what those people do when they leave Facebook. So when you install the pixel on your website and somebody sees your Facebook ad and they click on the ad, Facebook knows who that person is. They can watch that person go to your website, and then they can watch that person navigate your website, which again sounds really freaky, but that's how it works. I can't control the freakiness of it. We're just leveraging it for advertising, right? So if that person comes to your website, stays there for 5 seconds, and then bounces, the pixel tells Facebook what that person did, and then Facebook analyzes that data and says, okay, look, that person who went to the site and didn't like it was male between this age range, who liked these business pages, who had, all of these other personal character attributes, right? They're going to say, okay, well, maybe that person isn't the right fit for this business. And they continue to watch the traffic through the pixel that you install on your website, and it identifies patterns. So over time, it'll see people spending longer times on your site and actually opting in. And what it does is it looks at the type of person that opts in on your offer, that spends time on your website, and over time it shifts your advertisements to focus on the people that actually convert on your offer. Okay? So that's why the pixel is important and why the data is important. It is a little bit of a technical thing, but it's literally just a piece of code that you put on your website to allow Facebook to look at what's happening with their traffic when they're sending it to your site. And then they can also, pixel everybody that goes to your site. So if you're running Google traffic to your website, that means you can now retarget that Google traffic when they log into Facebook. It's just a nice, clean transfer of information. Did that make sense, Scotty?
Totally makes sense, man. Yeah. So the pixel that you're talking about is the magic. Would you say that's the magic to making this all work?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Because the pixel is going to track what types of listings people look at. So if somebody comes to your website, only looks at condos, that pixel is going to transfer that information back to Facebook, and they'll only show condos to that person in their newsfeed. Beautiful.
Does that make sense? Excellent. So if you guys want to check this out, go to Amazon after this call and search something. Search, I don't know, car speakers. It doesn't really matter what you search. Search beach ball or like anything you can think of. Amazon sells it all. And then go to Facebook, and more than likely within a very short period of time, if not instantly, you will see whatever exactly you searched for in a Facebook ad right on your Facebook feed.
That's right.
It's crazy powerful. So if anybody on this call is being wondering, how in the heck did that show up on Facebook? I just looked at it in Amazon. This is what Chris is showing us. You put pixels on your websites under, and would it be, Chris, is it different pixels for different condo, lakefront, or is it just one pixel and then Facebook's smart enough to know, or how does that work?
Great question. It's one pixel. Facebook is smart enough to know.
Crazy, man. Just blows my mind how much they, all right.
It's unbelievable. So
Brandon just asked that question. So it's just one pixel, Brandon. So great question, though.
Yeah. So head on into your Business Manager account. Click on the three lines up in the top left-hand corner. Click on Pixels, then create your pixel. Right? It's going to ask you to name the pixel. Put the name. I suggest your business name on there. You only kind of get you get one pixel essentially per brand that you're going to put out there, and you can only create 10 total. So I recommend creating just one and using that as often as possible. Name it, then click on Next, and then it's going to generate that code for you, and it's going to ask you how you want to install it on your website. So if you have a developer that works on your website for you, you can just click on the email instructions to a developer, send an email to whoever manages your website, and don't worry about it. They'll take care of it for you, and follow up in a day. Make sure that it was actually installed. If you want to manually install the code yourself, you can do that. Just click on manually install the code, and it walks you through the steps of where to put it on your website, how to check and make sure that it worked, to go through all those. And again, we don't want to make this a super detailed tutorial on how to do that, but you'll be able to tell that your pixel is installed completely when you log into your account, click on Pixels, and it'll give you the big blue check mark that tells you that your pixel installation has been done correctly. It can take up to 24 hours for that information to start transferring. Normally what we do when we're setting these up for our clients is, you go to the website after the pixel's done, and that fires the pixel and tells Facebook that it's working. It just needs a little bit of traffic. So once you've got your pixel set up, you've got your data feed going. Then you've got to create a product catalog. And your product catalog is what Facebook is using to serve the advertisements. So just like on Amazon, your product catalog would be whatever was in your Amazon store. In real estate, our product catalog is the listings, right? So you go back, same menu, go into the Business Manager, click on the three icons up in the top left-hand corner, click on Product Catalog, and then click on Add Home Listing Feed. There's a Home Listing Feed menu bar up at the top. This is a brand new, within the last month, a brand new style of advertisement that you can put in there. You click on Add Home Listings Feed, and then you put in the name that you want to call it. So basically, your site listings, and then choose the currency that that is appropriate to the listings that you're putting out there. And then there's two different uploads. You can do a single upload and just upload your inventory every time it changes. I think that's a little bit laborious. You probably don't want to choose that option. So I'm recommending that you do scheduled recurring uploads. And in the settings, again, you click the button one time. You never have to think about it again. You're going to tell Facebook how often to update that feed. And once a day seems to be kind of where everybody sits with this right now. So every day it will check your feed for new listings and update your product catalog based on the new listings that are coming up, right? Then, once you've got those settings, you punch in your feed URL. So this feed URL is going to come from whoever is providing you with the listing information for your website, right? So you've had to set up some type of arrangement with some type of data provider where they're sending that feed to your website every day. That's what updates the listings. Well, you need that feed URL from your site where they're sending the information to, right? And then your username and password so that Facebook can access that data. Essentially, they're just accessing the feed that's already being sent to your website. Then in the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to click on Create Feed. And you'll either get a success message or an error message with whatever it is that needs to be fixed on that feed in order to get the information in there. It seems like right now, and we've read a bunch of the developer threads, it seems like, and again, I don't want to be too technical here, but an RSS feed is probably the best way to get this information into Facebook, and you can talk to your data provider about setting up a specific URL just for that and just for these feeds if you'd like to.
So, question, is there Okay. Is he referring to the IDX? Let's see, one question. Nick's asking, is he referring to IDX feed right now? Or did you just cover, like, can you tie it into the IDX? Or is there any, because you know what an IDX is, I'm sure. So, because a lot of people have IDX feeds, right?
Yep.
So when somebody hits, it looks like, all these listings show up and there's the right verbiage there and stuff. Does this work with IDX?
Yes.
Cool.
Excellent.
Right.
So once you get that feed set up, it's going to populate your Facebook business page and your account with all of the listings that you need. Then you can run the advertisements that are actually going to run the ads, right? So again, you go into your business manager account, go into the menu up in the top left-hand corner, and then you're going to click on Ads Manager. You're going to create a new ad campaign, and it's going to ask you what your marketing objective is, right? If you've run a Facebook ad, you're all familiar with seeing these screens. On the right-hand side, it says product catalog sales. So those are the types of ads that you have to run in order to promote these new listings that are inside your product catalog, right? So you're going to click on product catalog sales, and then your IDX feed, or the feed of the listings that you're sending over to your website, are going to show up as a product catalog. You're going to select the product catalog from the drop-down menu. You're going to name it what you want that to be inside your Facebook account. That's just, that doesn't end up customer facing. Whatever you name that is just for your internal reference on, so that you can see what the campaign is. And then it's going to ask you to associate a pixel with the catalog. And what you're doing is you're telling Facebook, hey, here's the pixel that I installed on my website that you can use for the data on all of these listings. It just needs to know where to pull the information from. So you'll probably only have one pixel inside your account. Click on that pixel and then click Save in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, after you've gone through that step, it's time to actually start choosing your audience and who you're going to be targeting these ads to. So underneath your audience, there's two options right at the top, and I've got the arrow going to the left where it says use info from your pixel or app to create a retargeting audience. And what this is going to do is only show the listing ads to people that have been on your website. So again, very highly targeted traffic, very high quality leads, people that have already been on your site, already looked at information from you, and inside their Facebook feed, they're going to start seeing these new listings popping up in their feed every time your feed gets refreshed based on your budget. That is going to provide you the highest return on investment as far as the most people responding to the advertisements. But you can also define a broad audience. So you can go and click the button on the right and say, hey, Facebook, I just want people that are looking at real estate information and these specific categories, or this specific type of buyer is the type of buyer that I want. And just use your standard Facebook targeting to target an audience and use your feed to continually update and refresh your advertisements for that marketplace. And so you define a broad audience to target your marketplace, and then pick the rest of the settings from the bottom of the list. So again, these are a little bit of the retargeting options, and you want to build that out to at least 90 days as far as retargeting on the website. Target people that have been on your website for at least 90 days. Then on the placements, you can choose Facebook, Instagram, or Audience Network. I always recommend turning off the Audience Network and just showing your advertisements on Facebook and Instagram. You do that by clicking Edit Placements and then obviously shutting off the Audience Network. And then underneath that, you set your budget. You can go as little as $5 a day, and Facebook will automatically take these ads and put them into the news feeds. You click on Continue, and that's where you write your ad. Now, Facebook's got two really cool options inside these dynamic listing ads where you can add a card with a fixed image at the beginning. So they're all kind of these carousel style advertisements, and that allows you to put an ad for your business in front of the listing. So they can see like a quarter of the listing on the right-hand side. I don't have any data for you on how well that's working, but we're testing putting those in so that your face and your brand gets put on every single one of the ads before people actually look at the listings, because the listings are automatically going to change behind you. You can also add a card at the end with a link to your business page and your profile picture. And then underneath that is the actual ad copy. So in that text, make sure that you write a very broad advertisement. Something like, for information on this listing and all the other listings that we have, give me a call at phone number or visit, and then drive people to your lead generation website, right? And that's the destination URL that you put down here at the bottom. But because you don't know which home is going to show up inside this feed, you want to give a broad enough call to action for people so that when they see that new listing and they go, oh, hey, I like that house, and they go to move to the next step, it makes sense for them to take action on the call to action. It's not, hey, check out 123 Main Street. It's, give me a call for listings like this or for details on this property, that sort of thing.
Very cool.
Does that make sense?
Very cool. It totally makes sense, man. So it's just piecing it all together. The biggest part is just like understanding the back end of how Facebook works, because if you have that set up right, it sounds like everything else kind of works by itself as far as putting the right pixel in the right place, running the right ad, having it go to where, you know, when people start hitting your sites, and then getting your sites out there for exposure, running Facebook ads to your sites that then allow cookies that download this pixel, then show up at other places. So having that all work right is the most important part. And then, you know what? Maybe that's not the most important part. The most important part is after they opt in, the follow-up piece with the emails and the phone calls and stuff like that.
That's it. And that's the huge pain point that most realtors suffer when they're trying to run Facebook ads. It's that you constantly have to churn your inventory of advertisements, and that takes, you know, being inside your Facebook account all of the time and watching the metrics and all these sorts of things. Facebook has just completely automated the process of having high quality leads going to your audience in your marketplace. So you can set these up and not have to worry about that ongoing management inside the campaign, and just worry about the funnel that you're putting on the back end of it. It really is incredible. And of all of the tests that we've run over all of the advertisements, listings are the content that get the most engagement, that get the most shares and referrals of people saying, you know, tagging their friends in the comments on the actual listings themselves. Facebook is wicked smart. They've figured out what the most engaging content is in the real estate business and made it automatic for realtors to get that information into those Facebook news feeds. And they're letting us capture the leads through that process. It's phenomenal.
Well, the other part, too, is as it changes, if it ever does, and we know change is like constant in our market, thank God, but as it changes, they will automatically change it, and you won't even know it. And you'll just keep producing instead of us going, okay, what now? What do we like? What's the hot craze? What's this? What's that? You know, like color changes. Like I'm just using an example. What's the color of the year? You know, is it lakefront? Is it this? Is it that? Like, what are people buying? What's the average income? What's like all this stuff that people search for when they search? They have all this data that they can use in these ads that are automatic, which is just so crazy brilliant. Like, it's just so crazy what we don't know that they know. You know what I mean? It's just they know us better than we know ourselves.
Oh, absolutely. And think of this from a longer term perspective. So you've got that pixel and you're retargeting these people for 90 days. Well, if you've got a referral or somebody that has, you know, you've come across somebody or you have a really nice listing and somebody's been sent to your site to see that listing. And it's a condo. And then for the next 3 months, they see you consistently updating and dropping new condos into their feed. Who are you? You're the condo expert. If it's, you know, a mega mansion, Facebook will automatically feed the mega mansions. It will give a very specific targeted listing to that person. So in their mind, as this targeting works, they're seeing you and you as the type of realtor that's specific to the type of real estate that they want to buy. So it gives you that extra foot above your competition that's just trying to use one listing to generate leads, where yours are dynamically changing but always in the right niche for the type of home that this person's trying to buy.
That's awesome,
which
man.
is
That's awesome. Yeah. So Chris, I don't want to do this by myself. There's no way I could tackle this. There's no way. I want you to do it for me. What is that? What you can you share with us on, like, there's a bunch of people here. I know you can't help everybody, but if someone says, you know what, I see value in this. I don't quite understand it yet. There's no way I would have the time to spend to make this work the way you have mastered it. Can you help me? What does that look like for somebody on the call if they wanted to take advantage of that?
Yeah, so we've got a 5-week training course that I call Abundance. Okay. And it's an information product on how to set up the whole funnel. So how to run the ads, how to do the landing pages, how to set up the CRM or whatever it is, and then I give all of the email copy inside the program. So here's the 4 emails that you send up front, and then here's how to properly put somebody into an autoresponder and convert them over time. We've got templates in there for the real estate business specifically. So that 5-week training course, basically each video is chunked down into like a small 5 or 10 minute video, and there's anywhere from 7 to 10 or 12 videos in each module. So we built it in a way where you can you don't have to watch a 1 hour long video to get that week's content. You can break it down into the specific steps that you need to do that week and implement them very quickly, but on a flexible time schedule. So you've always got access to the content, and you can just kind of punch it in. And then what I'd like to do for this group specifically with these dynamic listing ads is we're going to be hosting live trainings inside the Facebook group, where if you've got specific questions or you've run into a problem setting these up, we'll walk you through that, get that fixed for you. And then we also do have a done-for-you option where we'll set up everything for you. But I wanted everybody to have kind of the base level of how to set this up in their own business, because once you get these set up once and they're up and they're running,
you're done.
Having an ongoing done-for-you doesn't really.
It doesn't really pay. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not really necessary. So if I want to. What if I just say, Chris, I don't even want to learn. I just want you to do it. Share with us, I want to learn how to do it, or maybe if you have an assistant that you want to have sit in on the 5-week training and do it for you, what's the price of that? And then if I said, hey, Chris, just do it for me. I don't really want to learn. I just want to set up one time, get me set up to where it's going to work. And then, maybe there's a little, I don't know, maybe there's training, maybe there's not. Maybe there's every 90 days we revisit it or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so let me, I'll just go through this real quick because I put some slides together just to kind of outline what it is. So it's called the Abundance Program. Week number 1 is like how to actually map out and plan your campaign properly, because that's where most people go wrong right up front. Week 2 is audience and offers. So how to actually build these, dynamic listing ads inside, but how to target the audience properly, how to do the retargeting, how to set all that stuff up. And again, I walk you along through our Facebook account, setting them all up. Week 3 is conversion class. So how to literally watch over my shoulder as I set up lead generation websites and then hook them up to an autoresponder. And then week 4 is your sales machine. So this is where you take all of the email copy that we have inside the program, put it inside the CRM, and modify it to your business specifically so that when the leads come in, you've got the automatic drip. And then simple sales machines. So this is database marketing. So how to take all those new leads that are going through the autoresponder and send blasts out to those people to kind of generate those high quality leads on demand. It's kind of like how to pick the low hanging fruit. And then obviously we've got a private Facebook group, which is where we're going to be doing the live training and showing you how to set up these dynamic listing ads, so you can get inside that private Facebook group, ask questions. This is a very helpful community of everybody that's doing this style of marketing. Run paid ads, put them into a lead generation system, follow up with them over time. It's great. We've also got 2 other bonuses. One's called Social Alchemy, which is an email marketing campaign that you can send to your past customers to generate ratings, reviews, and testimonials on your Google My Business page. And then bonus number 3 is called Facebook Referrals, and it's how to use natural organic content on your personal Facebook page in order to generate referrals from your past customers. So what I've done, Scotty, is we sell that program for $497. And okay. It's a one-time, and what we've done is we've dropped that down just for today's presentation to $197. So
okay, beautiful.
$197, connectionincorporated.com/Facebook ads or FB-ads. and it's the exact formula. Now, what I did was I also put together a guarantee for you. So if you're not thrilled with the program, you can ask for your money back at any time throughout the 5-week period that you're taking the course, and you get to keep the course, you get to keep the bonuses, and I'll give you 100% of your money back if you're not absolutely thrilled with it. So it's
cool. Thank you.
$197 to get the whole 5-week training and the specific training that we're going to launch out on specifically these dynamic listing ads.
So so you can learn a ton, even if like you're going to learn so much from this on your whole branding, Facebook. Like, I know you're a wealth of knowledge, and you put it together in a very structured 5-week course, which is pretty cool. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate the discount more than anything for the group. So if somebody, so the 5-week course to learn how to do it, not done for you, but to learn how to do it is $197. What if they wanted to have you do it for them? I don't even want to learn it. I just want to set up and tell me when the switch is on. Yeah.
So for that, we charge $1,497, and that's a one-time. Again, it's $1,497, and you can email Chris at connectionincorporated.com.
Okay.
If you'd like more information on that.
So let me ask you this: for the 5-week course, if I was to have my assistant set in on it and go through each course entirely, watch it, what's the likelihood of somebody being able to implement that themselves after the 5 weeks is done?
Oh, it's absolute. It's there's nothing
guarantee,
missing.
Well, you guarantee it. You guarantee it. So I guess that answers my question. But okay, all right, got it. All right. And, any questions? So my assistant's like, "Can I do this course?" She just sent me a message. That's so funny, dude. So I guess you got one signing up. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
So she's gonna do that. All right. So any questions? Okay, a bunch of people asking for a copy. Cool. What if you're a newbie and don't have any listings? Oh, great question. Love this question. You know, I was gonna ask it and somebody else did it for me. I don't have any listings, Chris. What do I do?
So
I know what I would say, but.
Well, if you want to go first, you feel more than welcome. But
all right, I would go. I mean, like if I was to call up an agent and go, "Hey, I want to try something out." Obviously, if it sells, you win, and if I attract a buyer, I win. And maybe if my buyer buys your listing, we both win. Do you care if I use your listings? That's what I would go borrow listings.
That's a great idea. And I do know that there are some offices when you sign with the office that you get access to like a pool of listings. So, you know, all of the agents within that particular, you know, team or office or whatever the word is for it, they'll pool their listings together and everybody gets to share them on each other's websites. So you might want to look into having an opportunity like that. But yeah, I mean, who's going to say no to, hey, I want to run some ads on your listing? You know?
Right. I mean, and if they say no, so what? Just go to the next one. I mean, like, and then you pick and choose what you want to run ads to, which will increase your average loan size, right? I mean, like if you're running ads to $100,000 homes or $300,000 homes, what kind of buyer are you going to get?
Yep, exactly.
So you can control your destiny there as far as control your income. Awesome. Cool. Let's see. Any other questions? So can you use this? So can you use the MLS URL for this as opposed to my conversion site? Great question.
So that is a great question. I definitely recommend driving people to a lead generation page specifically. So give them the offer of, if you want to view more homes like this, give me your name, your email address, your phone number, and a little bit of the information on the property that you're looking for, and I'll send you a customized list. I would give them that offer rather than just driving them to a standard homepage or a data feed where they don't have to opt in to get the information. If they're going to click on your Facebook ad, you should put an offer in front of those people, absolutely.
All right, great. Here's another great question. What if I don't have a website, Chris?
So in that case, and you are not alone, use lead ads. So Facebook has an ad where you don't need to direct them to a third-party website, and you can just generate the lead right on Facebook. They've got a lead form on Facebook, so you don't need a landing page in order to generate those leads. But then I would put together, obviously, a site that at least represents your personal brand. I mean, represent your name in your domain, or at least get close to whatever it is that you can, and start building out your online ratings and reviews. Absolutely, in today's world, if people can't Google you and see a Google card with a website associated with it come up about your brand, there are referrals out there that are being referred to you that will choose. And please, Scott, I'm not trying to be harsh here, but if people see that you don't have that online set up, you need a website so that you can generate those online.
Yeah, and I think you can get a website for, I don't know, 20, 25 bucks, 30 bucks that's done for you. I know that Agent Marketing, if you're using the system that we talked about in the Flower Pot strategy, they provide you a website that has your listings right in there. They actually have IDX that's free with the service, so it's pretty cool in that respect. So if you have any more questions about that, just go to our private Facebook group and ask, and I can send you to the link there. Awesome. Let's see. If you sign up today, when does the 5-week course start? Great question.
And so that is a great question. So the content drops this Thursday, and we can get early access to that.
2 days.
I'd like to see everybody in that Facebook group right away.
Okay. So you have a private Facebook group that everybody's a part of, so you can collaborate there?
Exactly. Yep.
I work for a brokerage that has multiple offices with multiple MLS feeds. We have we have to set up a separate campaign for each MLS feed, or it will be combined as one. So more or less, I think what she's saying is one pixel or separate pixels for different MLSs. Great question.
So the pixel is intelligent enough to determine between the different listing feeds itself. So on the setup part where you're picking, which pixel should I pull information from for this ad campaign, that's where you set that up. But you would need the different feeds going into different campaigns. So one campaign per office.
Got it. One campaign per office. Okay, which would make sense, because then I would personally want to track each office, because maybe, I don't know, maybe do different ads for different offices, slightly different. I don't know. Maybe one office is better than the other, depending on location, depending on, I don't know, price range. There's different variables, I would assume. You can track and fine tune and only spend money on what's actually, making you money. So.
Yep. Exactly.
Real estate advertising AdWords. So I type the link provided. It brings me to a real estate agent ads. Real estate advertising adworks.com. Is that correct?
No, should be an order form page. So connectionincorporated.com/FB-ads.
You want to go there just so we can show them what it looks like, Chris? Can you,
you bet.
Type that in? Just so if anybody's wondering about that. There we go.
So connectionincorporated.com.
Okay, there you go. That's what it should look like. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Will this class be offered again? I am in Florida and may have to evacuate to the hurricane.
Oh, man.
I'd probably take a choice and do that, actually. I would get out of there. I don't know. It's up to you, but I'd get prepared for that. It's not looking good. Cool. All right. So any other questions? Chris, I appreciate you being here, man. I sincerely appreciate it. Go back to that page just for the link one more time, and maybe we'll put it up on the Agent Mastermind. I'll have Inga put it up on the Agent Mastermind page, connectionincorporated.com/Facebook-ads. To get it, we'll make sure and put a little link there. Put the link up on the Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind. If you're joining us for the first time, I appreciate you being here, brother. I appreciate you doing making room for us today. I know that wasn't in your schedule, so I sincerely appreciate it, what you do for us and our business. So thanks so much for that.
It's my pleasure, Scotty. As always, thank you for having me, and thank you, everybody, for investing your time here. It's fantastic to bring you something new that you can implement right away and get a little bit of a foot up on driving some traffic. It's phenomenal. Well,
you bring up a good point, Chris. I think that if we're sitting here waiting for something to happen instead of making it happen, we're going to be sadly mistaken because this thing, Facebook's not going away, marketing's not going away, branding's not going away, and we got to stay up with what's current. That's why I pulled an audible and said, hey, Chris, can you come on? This just came out on Facebook. I want to share with the group, give people a heads up on what's going on out there and how powerful this is to be one step ahead of your competition. So there you go, guys. connectionincorporated.com/FB-ads. Chris, thank you again. Appreciate you guys. same time, same place right here on Agent Mastermind. I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, go to our group, and we will, of course, see you on the web. People in Florida, take cover. Wax your surfboard. All right, guys. Thanks, Chris. Take care. Oh, shoot. 1 second, Chris.